A cultivator is a tool used to loosen and destroy plants. Put your hands on the cultivator so you don't have to bend over and rake it through the soil to destroy weeds. You can also get on your hands and knees and use a hand cultivator for more detailed work. A handled cultivator can cost up to $7 to $20, and a long-handled cultivator can cost up to $20 to $40. Cultivators are based on the same idea as hoes, which have been around since ancient times.
Introducing the sickle.
The sickle is a harvesting tool used for cutting grasses, grains, and more. It consists of a curved, hook-like handle mounted on a short blade. The sickle is a wedge, and it is one of the most ancient harvesting tools ever used.
The sickle and scythe are very similar, but the sickle has a shorter blade and a shorter handle. The sickle is usually used in a squatting position, and though it takes longer for larger results, its simplicity and low cost makes it popular around the world.
Katerina is demonstrating the trapezoid hoe. There are many styles of hoes that are small and have sharp blades on them that can be used in small spots for weeding. This is just one. Katerina, can you lift that and show us how the edge of your hoe, what it looks like? Just hold it up above the ground. There we go. It's a little different. It's smaller than the standard hoe. It has a blade on it that can be sharpened and replaced. So it is a more specialized hoe for the tighter spots in the garden. Thank you, Katerina.
A hand hoe is a garden tool used to cultivate the soil or remove weeds. It was first an ancient Egyptian tool that predates the plow. It first started being made with metal in the 1400s. Currently, it's priced at around $20 to $40. The simple machines included in the hand hoe are the lever. Variations of the trowel or hand trowel have been around since the Neolithic age. It is often used for digging small holes for planting bulbs, annuals, perennials, also for smoothing concrete in some cases. The simple machines included in a hand trowel are the lever and the wedge. Your average hand trowel is priced anywhere from $10 to $30.
At first glance, a spade may seem just like a shovel, but while a shovel's edge is curvy and rounded, a spade's is straight and flat. To use a spade, you push it into the ground, maybe put your foot on it for some extra weight, and pull, releasing the soil and opening it.
A spade is a wedge and a lever, and it is used for removing sod and transplanting.
This is a wheelbarrow. It's used to lift heavy things like dirt. Every farm needs one. Sometimes it has two wheels and sometimes it only has one.
By lifting up with your hands, you're able to move it over a large surface by using the wheel and axle.
Rakes are really helpful at a farm. They can cost around $25 to $35, and there are two kinds of rakes, a leaf rake and a garden rake. Okay, this one is the leaf rake. As you can see, the head is more fan-like. The little pieces at the bottom to move stuff around are a lot more bendable and flimsy. This is more lightweight and it's easier to pick up. And it can be used for moving more lightweight things around, like straw or leaves, like what you do in the fall or whatever. There you go. This one is a garden rake. The head is a lot more flat, even though I guess this one is a little bent. You can't move these around because they're made of like solid metal. You can present it if you want. It can be used for moving things like mulch or dirt around, or any hard stuff that's in your dirt that you want to take out or relocate. And those are the two types of rakes.
This is a handsaw. It is designed for cutting smaller branches like this one. Its simple
machine is a wedge to help cut through the small branch. It has an average price range of $48.05.
This is a bow saw. It is used for cutting thicker branches that hand saws and loppers can't. It has a whole bunch of wedges to make it easier to cut the branches. Its average price is $24.50.
This is the broad fork. It was invented in the 1960s and was introduced to the United States in the 1990s from France, and since then it has become commonly used. The broad fork is used to aerate the soil, and you do that before crops are planted into the ground so that the plants can breathe more easily.
It normally has wooden handles and forged steel tines to make it easier to use. And how you use it is you put the tines in the ground and then step on it and rock back and forth to really aerate the soil, and then you just pick it up and then move it forward to keep going.
We are introducing the long and short-handled shovels. They are used for digging. The long-handled shovel, the point is like a wedge. When you apply force to the back of the shovel, it goes further into the ground. The action is like a lever.
And this is the short-handled shovel. The shaft is a lot shorter, culminating in a handle. When you apply the shovel head into the ground, you can force it in deeper by applying pressure to the back of the shovel head. The action is like a lever when you pull the shovel out, and that is how you dig holes.
This is the video for the heavy-duty garden hose and nozzle. The heavy-duty garden hose is a cylinder that allows water to be pumped through it when it's at a certain pressure. The nozzle.
So the nozzle is basically an attachment that regulates the pressure and the shape of the water coming out. It has quite a few holes that basically it sends the water in a certain direction. So there is shower, vertical, angle, center, mist, flat, stoker, cone, rinse, and then that's it on this one.
There are a few simple machines involved in the hose and nozzle. The screw allows the nozzle to attach to the hose.
And the lever on the handle regulates the pressure.
So when you're storing it away for the winter, it's always good to drain the hose so that way the water doesn't expand when it's frozen to break the hose.
Let me tell you about the potato fork. So a potato fork is, the shaft here is around 28 to 48 inches long, and the tines are flat, wide, and curved as to help scoop up the potatoes and not stab through them. So going into the dirt, the tines act as a wedge separating the dirt, and then it acts as a lever as you're lifting it up to release the potatoes into the dirt.
On the other hand, the pitchfork, which is longer and its tines are rounder and thinner, so you can stab things instead of having them roll off like the potato fork. It's made of wedges. The tines are made of wedges, and the tool itself acts as a lever to help you pick stuff up and throw it.
This is a compost thermometer, and the way you use it is you stick it on the ground, which is when it acts as a wedge, and then you use it to measure the temperature of your compost.
There is a thermometer part on top where you can read the temperature of the compost. To read it, you have to wait until you have to stick it in the ground and then wait until the needle evens out.
which should take like 5 to 10 minutes. The average price of a compost thermometer is $20 to $40. The perfect temperature for compost is between 120 degrees and 130 degrees. That way, it composts faster, as if it is too hot, the oxygen won't be able to get through and it won't be able to compost. Hi, welcome to Loppers and Pruners by Dakota and Benedict.
Pruners are basically smaller loppers. They use 2 wedges and a lever, and you use them for smaller branches and twigs.
These are loppers. Loppers are basically large pruners. They also have 2 wedges and 2 levers. They're used to cut bigger branches between 2 inches and smaller. The prices vary between $30 to $60 depending on the weight, and